Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. It's the final days of our Black Friday sale. Recharge this season with a bundle of cozy, soothing comfort. Now only $17.99 for our C2 mattress and base, plus free premium delivery. Prices higher in Alaska and Hawaii. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
Hey friends, it's Nikayla from the podcast Side Hustle Pro. I'm always looking for ways to entertain my kids without screens, and the Yoto Mini has been a total lifesaver. My kids started using it right away and haven't stopped since. Hours of stories, music, podcasts, and more at no screens or ads. Now through December 1st, Yoto is having its biggest sale of the year. Check out yotoplay.com.
The kettle's boiled, Vic.
Great. Perfect timing. Just a dash of milk for me, please, mate.
Here you go. Shall we get started then?
Have you ever woken up on a Sunday morning and said, I'm never drinking again, and then found yourself waving $50 at a barman by happy hour?
Are you wondering why everyone else can stop at 1 while you head to a dodgy after-party with a weird bloke called Disco Dave? If so, it might be time to take a deeper look at your relationship with your reliable social crutch, alcohol.
On each episode, we'll investigate our own dysfunctional dealings with booze and find out if it's possible to stop this deeply ingrained habit before things get too messy.
Yep, we're going to open up a shame shed of humiliating drinking stories to help you understand why waking up from a booze coma each weekend with a kebab sticking out of your top pocket might actually be negatively impacting your health.
Hamish and I are here to delve into what it's like being sober, an unwanted warts and all look into why giving up those cheeky pints or putting down those mummy wines will make you feel happier, help your anxiety and mental health, and turn you into the most sparkly, authentic version of you.
Won't that mean I become boring though, Vic?
Well, Hamish, we'll just have to wait and see. I'm Victoria Vanstone.
I'm Hamish Adams-Cairns.
And this is Sober Awkward. Have you ever been arrested, Hamish?
I've never been arrested.
Gosh, that's quite incredible. Well done. What are you, 31?
32.
32 now?
Yeah.
When was your birthday then?
December.
Oh yeah, 32.
You didn't forget, did you?
Mate, I must have done.
Why do you bring that up? Did you nearly get arrested in Italy?
Well, I did actually. The car hire people thought that we'd stolen the car. They left it outside our accommodation with the keys in, and the guy wasn't there. So me and Kate drove it off. We didn't really think anything of it. And then we had someone suddenly appear in the middle of the road as we were leaving this town, and so bang on the bonnet and was like, "Get in there! Police are coming!" And we were crying with laughter because we knew we hadn't done anything wrong.
Yeah. Right.
And we were laughing and we were going, "Eh, mamma mia!" We turned Italian and we scusi. It was the funniest thing. I thought we were going to get arrested in Italy, and we were so up for it. We just wanted to be arrested.
They parked it outside your house.
They parked it outside the accommodation we were in and left the keys in it.
They delivered your rental car?
They delivered, yeah. Because it's
amazing.
No parking there. People arrive on scooters. It's all very Italian.
Yeah.
And they pick up your car and you give them the keys and they go and park it off somewhere and bring it back. Yeah, it was like a very posh way of doing things, but it's actually how they do things over there.
What about an Italian prison were you up for?
Yeah, I was just up for all of it.
Just doing push-ups?
And
like,
fit Italian guards.
Yeah, that would be it, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Throwing a ball at the wall like
we
the
just
Great
thought it'd be
Escape.
funny.
Yeah.
It's just because we're the most uncriminal people that they could have possibly preyed on that day. And we were just laughing in the car, and it was funny how they realised that it was our hire car, and they were like, "Oh, no problemo." They went from being really, really angry and calling the police to them being like, "No problemo, Victoria, goodbye." Yeah,
The
funny.
closest I ever got to being arrested was in Harrods.
Oh yeah, of course.
So, yeah, of course. That's where I usually hang out.
So I hung out outside the chip shop, and you hung outside Harrods as a kid.
Well, the reason I would hang out in Harrods, it looked like there was a box of like help yourself free pens. We helped ourselves free pens. We carried on playing in the toy section for a couple of hours, and then this undercover security guard came and got us, took us down into the basement of Harrods.
Oh God!
Showed us the CCTV
Was there
footage.
Skeletons hung up on the wall?
Yeah, and then he showed us the CCTV CCTV footage of us sealing them.
Oh, yes.
And then he said, right, write down your home addresses. So we wrote down,
that's scary.
We wrote down fake ones.
Yeah.
He said, I'm going to write you an official letter banning you from Harrods and send it to your parents.
Wow. So you're banned from Harrods?
Technically, or whatever address that I gave, yeah.
Well, my brother used to live with a girl who worked at Harrods, and she was really smug about it. She'd say, oh, yes, I work at Harrods. And then he used to say, oh, my flatmate works in a shop. It's really put her in her place.
What was her job?
I don't know, I think she was shelf stacker or something. Oh, I work at Harrods. No, love, you work in a shop. I'll deal with it.
My mum used to work in Harrods, and when she got interviewed, I think she said, I'll do any job here, but I don't want to be in the shoe section. I don't want to be touching people's feet. Straight into the shoe section. It's the only job she had, straight in.
There's a joke in there somewhere, something about soul. They don't have any soul.
Oh, yeah.
Perhaps, yeah.
Work on
I'm
that.
scraping the barrel there.
Yeah.
So, you're going to ask me a question now, Hamish.
Am I?
Yeah.
What have arrests got to do with today's episode, though, Vic?
Well, you would never have FOMO about being arrested, would you? I know I did a bit in Italy, but that was just because I knew I was innocent.
Yeah.
But you'd never you'd feel like you were missing out if you weren't getting arrested.
No way.
So as humans, we only ever get FOMO over a good thing, right?
For sure.
Yeah, so for me, boozing never went well, but I still wanted to do it and feared out on missing out on the fun that came along with it. It doesn't make sense. So my question today is, why do we get FOMO about alcohol?
I see what you've done here, Vic.
Do you see? Can you see how it's working?
You've conned me.
I've conned you.
Yeah.
I've conned you into thinking about the reasons we get FOMO because
Okay.
I'm not sure that it's real.
Well played.
Thanks. So, sometimes on Sober Awkward, we focus on the things that can go wrong when you drink, like injuries and promiscuity and addiction and mental health problems. We also blather on about what to watch out for in sobriety, how to get help, and why being authentic is good for you.
Yeah, we talk about that one too much, to be honest. I hate being authentic all the time. From today, I'm entering my fake era. You're going to hear nothing but lies from me today. I'm going to get eyelash extensions. I'm going to get a butt lift. I'm going to basically fake it till I make it. Let me start by saying how lovely that T-shirt of yours is.
Oh, you're fake. Actually, it is. I'm wearing a Care Bear T-shirt.
I wrote that line this morning. I thought it'd be funny if she was actually wearing an interesting T-shirt. I got it. I was like, yeah, Care Bear T-shirt. Sort of tie-dye with a huge teddy bear with a heart on his tummy on it.
I thought it was quite 80s, that's why I bought it. Actually, Hamish, I don't think it would ever work. You are far too friendly to be fake. Although some hair extensions or a butt lift would look quite pretty on you. Anyway, last week we had a chat about cravings, and that is one of the reasons people go back to drinking. They just have a moment and think, well, I'm sure one won't hurt. And before they know it, that cheeky moderation pixie has bitten you on the nose and you're down the offie buying some cans.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things about booze. Getting off it is easy, but getting back on it is much easier. No expensive therapists and weeks of self-work to get on the booze, Vic?
That's so true. That's the problem. Drinking is actually the easier route for lots of people. Well, that's what you convince yourself. Everyone does it, so why can't I? And you dip your toe back in again because of what, Hamish?
A fungal infection.
No.
Athlete's foot.
No. What I mean is you start drinking again and continue drinking because of FOMO.
Ah, FOMO, the old fear of missing out.
Yep.
The definition of FOMO is anxiety that an exciting or interesting event may currently be happening elsewhere, often aroused by posts seen on social media, or the fear of not being included in something, such as an interesting or enjoyable activity that others are experiencing.
So as we know from our Primal Needs episode, FOMO taps into one of those necessities, rejection from the pack, or the need to be loved. So it's not so flippant, it's fear of rejection.
It's a great topic, Vic, and one that we've never really focused on before. I guess it's why we drink and why we don't want to quit, and it's also why we consider starting up again after a period of abstinence. It is huge.
Yeah. Let's start, Hayne, by having a chat about when we were drinkers. Were there times when your mates went out without you and you couldn't go? How did it feel?
Okay, so at uni, I just always went out.
Yes.
I was never experiencing the FOMO. I could come up with an excuse. I didn't take a lot of convincing. I never missed out, so I never experienced FOMO. Then things changed a little bit for me when I moved back to London from Paris.
Yeah.
2 reasons. One, all of the jobs that I've had have always been poorly paid, so I can't afford to go out too much.
Yeah.
Secondly, all of my jobs were early morning jobs. So cafe work, tutoring, children's parties, those are all like 5 a.m. on a Saturday or 9 a.m. on a Saturday, whatever. So I could rarely go out on a Friday night. That actually, I think, might have been good practice for going sober. Like experiencing the not going out over and over again and getting acclimatized to that helps when you eventually do go sober.
Yeah, I think when I experienced the same thing, and the only time I didn't go out was because I didn't have any money.
Yep.
Like there was no reason for me to not go out. So when I was skint, it wasn't possible, and that's when I really experienced FOMO. And often, like you, I wasn't earning a great wage, and I sometimes had mates that were kind of, high flyers and had careers when they were in their early 20s, when I was just kind of just bumming around.
Yeah.
So often people would go out well because they had money, and then I'd be sort of tagging along because I didn't want to miss out, but then just stealing pints all night.
Sure.
Yeah.
When I started thinking about this episode, I realised that actually I wouldn't get FOMO from nights out. I would get FOMO from bigger things like a group holiday that I couldn't go on, or a music festival that everyone was going on, or more recently weddings. Like since moving out here, I've missed almost every wedding that I said I wouldn't miss.
Yeah.
And I hate missing weddings; they still sting. I don't mind missing stag do's.
Yeah. Oh yes, because you're not a fan of the old stag do, are you?
I don't mind that. But I actually think that moving to Australia has been quite a good way to reconfigure my own brain with regards to FOMO. Like you talked about social media. Our life in Australia looks extraordinary. I remember when I first moved here and I was posting quite often, my friends were like, what is your life?
Yeah.
It was January when I moved here, so it was shit and miserable in England, and I was on beaches and partying and seeing a lot of Australia, and people just thought my life was the best thing ever. And I think when you are the one that has the social media that looks really, really good, it's quite a good way to realise, well, I know that my life isn't amazing every day. So, the idea of being jealous of someone because I've seen something on social media and feeling like I'm missing out is bullshit. You can sort of see behind the curtain when you're the social media that looks good quite a lot of the time.
I think social media is pretty much based on FOMO, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you're always going to be striving because, there's kids that see that, think it's normal to go on holidays all the time and have these amazing clothes and have perfect teeth and perfect skin and all these things. It's really toxic.
Well, I was telling you my new trick on social media now is I only log on to post.
Yeah.
So I'm never scrolling.
Yeah.
I'm literally going on post, turn it off.
Okay, good.
And then there's a way you can sort of see how much you're using Instagram on average a day.
Yeah.
And mine's just falling through the floor.
Yeah, it's so good because I do think it's that same as the keeping up with the Joneses in the yuppie era.
Yeah.
You're trying to be something, trying to strive for something that is all probably impossible to reach. I'm never going to have that Brazilian butt, Hamish.
No.
Unless
you get the same operation I'm going to get.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get two
We'll
for
go
one.
together,
We'll go this afternoon, yeah.
We'll go to Turkey.
What about you? Did you have FOMO as a drinker?
Not very often, because like you, I always went.
Yeah.
My fear of missing out was so massive that I could not turn down an invite in general. The only times I did miss out on an epic night still haunt me because I just was so traumatised by missing out. The main one was I got really drunk one night and I fell asleep and my mates had tried to wake me up and I didn't wake up and I actually slept all day. And I woke up and they had gone out for a day dressed up as Scousers from the Fast Show, which is the curly wig and the shell suit. And you say, hey, calm down. It's probably a bit xenophobic, but it was a character in a Paul Whitehouse series that was on in the early 90s. And they went to a Conservative Party conference.
Oh, wow.
Because they used to be on Brighton seafront, and all my mates dressed up and when going around to everyone who was doing speeches, calm down, mate, calm down.
So you missed out on the day out because you had a night out?
Yeah.
Usually you miss out on the night out because you just can't go on the night
No,
out.
I had a night out and then I was so hungover that they wouldn't wake me up and I missed out on this hilarious day out. And I was too hungover for a Sunday bender. I couldn't cope, which was very, very rare. And I still remember it. It's like, I cannot believe you all go on about that story and how funny it was and I missed out. The other one was my hen do when I was pregnant. I felt like everyone else was drinking and everyone else was having a good time and I felt like I was missing out that night. And also it's quite hard to dress up as the human caterpillar when you're 100% sober in Covent Garden Square.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So they were all drunk, dressed up as this weird film character, and I was sober doing it. So I sort of felt like I needed a drink to be able to cope with the whole situation. So that was the other time. But generally, even if I had flu, my FOMO was so severe that I couldn't bear the thought of all my mates being out without me. So I always went. Even when I was ill, I was like, drink through it.
That's what I was going to say. What would it take for you to miss a night out? So not being woken up because you're too hungover or drunk.
Yeah.
The flu wasn't enough.
If they had actually woken me up, I wouldn't wake up. They'd tried to wake me up and I was like completely asleep. Even if I was really hungover, I still would have gone.
So as long as you're conscious, you're going.
Yes.
Okay.
Basically, yeah.
Well, let's have a look at those feelings. And what exactly did we think we were missing out on by not going to these nights out?
Yes, so we're really getting into this today, guys, because actually we're going to change your mind about FOMO. Because I really had to have a think about this episode to wonder why. Like, what were we missing out on, really?
I've never thought about it a level beyond. I've always thought, yes, I've experienced FOMO. I've never thought, what is FOMO?
What is FOMO? Yeah, because actually it's quite deep. I thought I was missing out on, like that night, I thought I was missing out on that funny story when they all dressed up. I thought I was missing out on bonding, on laughing, on future stories about that night, about creating my own stories, because I thought that's what made people like me. So if I'd not gone out and then went to the pub the next day, what did I have to talk about? Maybe no one was going to like me anymore. Yeah. One night stands, like if I didn't go out, I wasn't going to have a one night stand, therefore I didn't have a story at the pub the next day. Yeah. I thought about my reputation being tarnished because I was the party animal, so I was scared of being labelled boring. There's a lot, isn't there?
Yeah.
Camaraderie, missing out on friendships. I was scared of missing out on a lock-in, free shots, a good DJ, free Coke, everything. Yeah. I was scared of missing out on everything. What about you?
I think a lot of those I felt in the early stages of forming a group of friends.
Yeah.
So, the early stages of uni or school or moving somewhere new, that idea of I want to build a reputation with these friends. Definitely that fear of like they're going to have this hugely bonding night and everyone's going to ratchet up their friendships and I'm not going to be part of it.
Yes.
Stories, both of us are clearly collector of stories, and like not having a potentially great story to tell always stings.
It's that, but it's also the thought of somebody else having a better story than you.
Oh, I'm not that. No, mine wasn't a jealousy thing.
Oh, mine was like, so they now have got this story and I haven't got it, and I feel like part of me has been carved out.
Yeah. But no, I totally agree. I kind of feel like, and I think I'll get into this later, but the nights that you think that you missed out on, the way that you played it out in your brain is so rarely the way it actually played. How many nights out are actually still talking about 10 years later?
Yes, it's the fantasy. We're going to get into that.
So what were we actually missing out on, Vic?
Let's look deeply at this one and be totally honest about it. What were we really missing out on, Hamish? I think all I missed out on was being sick on myself. What is the reality of that night? Mm-hmm. Yeah, if everyone else had dressed up as Scousers and gone to a Conservative Party conference, would I have been there with them? No, I would have probably been down the pub already or in a blackout, or that situation wouldn't have happened like I imagined it. Mm-hmm. The FOMO wasn't real. So, there would have probably been an injury. There wouldn't have been any bonding with my friends because we were all too wasted. I would have had a hangover. I probably would have risked my body. There would have been lots of non-genuine laughing. All of the opposite to what I thought I was gaining from a night out, Hame. What about you?
So I'm going to present a slightly different side of the argument. I would say that I was missing out on the part of the night that's fun before it's not.
Okay, yeah.
So all nights out start off exciting, and you're at someone, you've got that
buzzy feeling,
the buzz and the anticipation, and where's the night going to take us? That's all the good bit, which if you don't go, you do miss out on for sure.
Yeah.
Obviously, that is only usually a small percentage
15 minutes,
of the overall night out. I also feel as if I was missing out on the hangover in that we're all hungover together.
Yes.
If you live in university halls, for example, or you live in a house share, that idea of everyone coming down for breakfast or the day after a wedding, and you're all like, what we all like, and we all feel shit together, and you're all in that same weird sense of humour, and you're all eating crisps and drinking Coke at 7:30 in the morning. Like that, again, if you don't go, you do miss out on. It's not necessarily a good thing to miss out on. It's like you all fit shit together. I wish I was also feeling shit.
At the time, it's important times, isn't it? Yeah. Because you're probably a bit self-aware, because you're younger, you're at uni. Like the times that I'm talking about are my Brighton days in my early 20s. So those were important. Friendships were very, very important now. Yeah. And I guess as we're older, our friendships come and go, and we're a bit more grown up about them. We have boundaries and all of these other things. And I think at that age, our friendships are so important that we have a real fear of letting anybody down.
Yeah. And then I thought, like I said earlier, how many of the nights out that you've gone out on or missed out on are genuinely memorable, unique, fantastic nights out? You just mentioned one, like that day out. Yeah. That sounds genuinely fantastic.
Yeah.
But that was how many years ago?
Yeah. It was 25 years ago.
Okay, so 10,000 nights out worth that weren't memorable.
Yeah.
So I was thinking this morning, I was like, how many nights out were actually fantastic? If I'd not been there, I would have been upset. I've got four or five stories here that were like really, really good. And if I'd not been, I would have been sad to have missed it. But 4 or 5 nights out in 15 years of going out.
Yeah. And also, it's just a memory. It's not like we're going to hold the joy of that night in our bodies for the eternity, is it? It's like, oh, that was a good night out.
So I'll give you a quick summary of those memorable nights out.
Yeah.
On my birthday night out, I have a sort of love relation. I wouldn't say love-hate, just love relationship with Danny Dyer. I think he is the funniest human being.
Yes.
He doesn't mean to be necessarily, or maybe he does and he's a genius.
Yeah.
Whatever. Danny Dyer is clearly someone you want to meet.
Agreed.
I met him on my birthday.
Oh, that's a good one.
On a night out in London.
Oh,
I walked
fucking
in.
hell, Hamish.
Danny, I was like, can I get a photo? He's like, yeah, you can, mate. And he was there with his ciggy. Oh, fucking Danny Dyer, mate.
I love it.
So photo me and my brother and Danny Dyer on my birthday.
So you would have had FOMO if you had heard that had happened.
Danny Dyer
You'd
was
be like,
there.
what the hell? I missed out on you meeting Danny Dyer.
And, I had a 8-second conversation with him. I got a photo. But
Excellent.
that I would have been upset not to have been there. And then I also had this night when I was in Corfu.
Yeah.
And I went to this nightclub and I kissed a girl that night, which doesn't happen often.
Well done.
And so we met this group of Russian kids who were like, do you want to come back to our yacht?
Yeah.
So we went back to this yacht and we were just drinking champagne and watching the sunrise on a yacht with a load of Russians. That girl then said, hey, we should meet up when we get back to London. I was like, fantastic. I kissed her last time I saw her. She was come over to my house. Even better. She made dinner.
Yeah.
Then she put on, the film was Atonement, which is 1, very long,
Very
2,
pressing.
very dull.
Yeah.
Got quite late. She goes, you might as well stay here. I was like, this is...
I'm in.
This is an absolute jackpot.
Score.
Go upstairs, lean in. She goes, nah, let's not overcomplicate things. You can sleep in my brother's room.
Oh.
I slept in her brother's room, let myself out in the morning.
Oh, good on her.
That was no game home.
Yeah,
That
no
was
game home at its
proper
best.
No game home.
Oh dear. Yeah, no, I was trying to think of some more nights. I think there's many nights where things happened where I thought, oh God, I'm so glad I made the effort to come out.
Yeah.
But then, of course, I agree with you. They were early on in the night because usually people would say, do you remember that? That was the funniest thing I'd ever seen. And I'd be like, no, I don't remember that happening.
Yeah.
So that was halfway through the night. I was already in a blackout. Everybody else was still having memorable nights out, but I wasn't experiencing any of it anyway.
Yeah.
So it was a fallacy, in fact.
Absolutely.
So I could have not gone. It didn't make any difference. Why didn't we question our FOMO before, Hamish? That's the question, isn't it? Fear of what? Missing out on a sloppy shag and a broken front tooth? It does seem like madness now I think about it. But don't worry, if you are a sober, awkward, regular listener, it's likely that you're already sober or you're thinking about it. So I think as part of this episode, we want to remind you of why you don't drink so that you don't get FOMO and fall off that wagon.
Yeah, this FOMO creeps up on all of us. You start thinking lots of negative thoughts, which actually creates these pesky cravings that we spoke about last week. Convincing yourself that you will be missing out if you don't go to the party is pretty much you giving yourself a green light to drink again, and we don't want that.
So what are some of those false and damaging thoughts that seep into your brain when you're feeling FOMO? Let's discuss each of these, Hame. Everyone thinks I'm boring now.
Big one for anyone that's sober.
We get that on Cuppa a lot, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, I'm thinking about drinking again because I'm scared that all of my mates are going to think I'm the most boring people in the world.
And that one particularly comes up when your approach to staying sober is not going out. Well, all the danger is out there, so I'll just stay in and watch films and read books.
Yeah.
And then you're like, fuck, I am actually boring now. I was actually more fun when I was drinking. I might as well drink.
I think it's important to say too, Hamish, that I think at the beginning of your sobriety, your mates will find it hard. And that's just something that is going to test your sobriety and is something that you've got to battle through.
Yeah.
Because you will lose a few mates, especially your big boozy mates. They will think you're
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. It's our Black Friday sale. Recharge this season with a bundle of cozy, soothing comfort. Now only $17.99 for our C2 mattress and base, plus free premium delivery. Prices higher in Alaska and Hawaii. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
Hey friends, it's Nikayla from the podcast Side Hustle Pro. I'm always looking for ways to entertain my kids without screens, and the Yoto Mini has been a total lifesaver. My kids started using it right away and haven't stopped since. Hours of stories, music, podcasts, and more at no screens or ads. Now through December 1st, Yoto is having its biggest sale of the year. Check out yotoplay.com.
boring now. There's no two ways about that, is there?
Yeah.
But that's up to you whether you choose to let them have their time where they think you're boring and you just back off for a little bit, or whether you continue the relationship and start drinking again. And I think, of course, the best thing to do is just back off a little bit, but still keep doing the things that you do, but maybe meet them for breakfast instead of dinner, like little changes that are going to keep those relationships going, because you don't want to lose all those mates.
Of course.
Yeah.
Or just make it your life ambition to prove that sober is not boring like we are.
Exactly, yeah, true. The one we hear a lot as well is, why can they do it and I can't? So why can everyone go out? Why can everyone still drink? And the real reason is because you have a drink problem and they don't.
Yeah.
Or they do and they're not willing to look at it. So either way, you've got to self-reflect on why you're thinking that. You can't do it because you've tried and you've failed, and it makes you ill and makes you have anxiety, and once you start you can't stop, and therefore you have an issue.
Everyone's different, I guess.
Everyone's different.
You can't just go, well, everyone can do it and I can't, so I'm broken. Well, every human is different. You can do lots of things that someone else can't do. It's too simplified.
Yeah, but I feel the sentiment in that. Like sometimes, especially away and a holiday and, in various situations, you think, God, this is hard.
Yeah.
Like everybody else can just drink and it's so much easier to do. Why don't I just continue doing that and forget that I ever had a problem with it and just go back in, because that's the easier thing to do.
What helps me with that thought process is to, and I kind of find myself doing this a lot, is to think of alcohol as a drug.
Yeah.
So you go, I've got friends that can do cocaine 2-3 times a week and they get up the next day and they're still very efficient and have good jobs and are good people.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
No.
Some people can do it with alcohol. You maybe can't. For some reason, labelling it a drug makes that whole argument make more sense to me.
Yeah, and actually looking at the seriousness of it and why you need it. Like, why do I need to top myself up, and why do I need a drug to make my life better? Yeah, and simplify. It is a drug. It is a class A carcinogen. Why are you questioning it? Why do you feel like you're missing out on something that's really bad for you? So it comes into that other statement, which is, it's not fair. It's not fair that everyone can do this. And what others are doing is better than what I'm doing. It's just that feeling of missing out, isn't it? It's all these things are going into. Or my life will never be fun again. Or do I really want to miss out on this forever? And that's the problem with sobriety. Of course, it has to be forever. So it feels very, very long and very, very monotonous. Sobriety can feel when you first start it, because it's anything forever is a big deal, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And also you think, oh, my friends are all going to get closer and I'm missing out on friendships and I'm going to lose my entire social life if I don't drink. They're all things that cross our minds.
That one I don't think applies. If you already know who your friends are, I'm not scared of my closest friends getting closer. I'm like, well, I'm this stage of life, I know who my close friends are.
Yeah.
Whether I drink or not, I'm not worried about sort of getting closer or less close. Does that make sense? I kind of feel, I would only feel worried about that if I'm trying to make a new friend.
Okay, yeah.
Like your bonds are deep by this stage with your best mates. You know who they are.
Yes, I think you're right. I think maybe we're talking about maybe early sobriety and friends perhaps that aren't as close as you thought.
Yeah.
Well, this will show you who your friends are for sure.
Oh, for sure.
And sobriety does test those friendships. And really what all this is about is if someone does leave you, it's about knowing yourself well enough to not react to their opinion of you. To go, well, they're boring now. Well, you can think what you like, mate. I'm not boring. I'm just doing something that's really good and healthy for me.
True.
And if you've got a problem with that, well, maybe we shouldn't be mates anymore. So it really does sieve the... what can we say
this
here?
Will be good.
Yes.
This will be
Okay,
good.
here we go. It will sieve the pearls cast amongst swine.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, we'll take that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of dull people that drink. I think this idea that
Yeah.
drinking makes you fun and sober makes you boring.
Yes.
Like, think about some of the shit people that drink.
Yeah.
And you know what? Some of the shit people that are sober.
Yeah.
There is fun people that do both.
I know someone who goes to the same pub every night, sits on the same spot and has 16 pints.
What?
Yep.
16?
16 pints every single night. Now, to me, that is boring. What
Yeah.
is more boring than that? Going
Yeah.
to the same pub, sitting on the same chair, them handing you your metal tanker. I mean, that's what can happen. That's what can happen. If you don't address a drink problem, you can end up being that person. If you fear of missing out and you end up going to the same pub because you don't want to miss that night out, you can end up sitting on a bar stool on your own drinking 16 pints a night. That's the reality of it.
That's insane. How are they alive? That's a lot of
I
beer.
think they're not well, quite honestly.
No.
Yeah. So yeah, on it goes. A negative thought spiral about how missing out will ruin your life.
We've both discovered that that's not the case at all, and what we thought we were missing out on is actually just self-care. FOMO is just your brain tricking you back into drinking and giving you excuses to do so.
Yeah, clever really, and dangerous. It all ends up in a craving, and we all know where that can lead.
Peckham High Street at 4 a.m. after organising a threesome on Tinder with a couple called Steve and Janet.
Oh yes, you know Steve and Janet as well. Lovely lady, that Janet.
She is, isn't she?
Yeah, I had a limp for a week last time I went round there.
Oh,
Yeah.
too much information.
Anyway, I had a thought, Hame. I think when I was a drinker, I had FOMO of sober people.
Okay.
We're getting deep here.
Yeah.
Bear with me. My sister was sober way before me, and I saw how she stayed up and partied and did karaoke and laughed just as hard as I did, all without booze. I thought it was magical. And deep inside, below the layers of beer and bravado, I actually had FOMO about her being sober.
Interesting.
So I felt like I was missing out on what she was experiencing. I reckon it gave me a little insight before I even considered not drinking. I wanted to be part of that. She was fully living in the moment without any top-ups, and it was quite inspiring. I never considered doing it at the time because I was like so in my drinking that I just thought, well, there's no way I could ever in a million years achieve what she does. But I did think, well, that's magical. How is she doing that? That is really an incredible thing, to live life without the top-ups.
She is pretty good on the night out, your sister. She's
Yeah.
the life and soul. She's done it for years, I guess. So, yeah, she's
Yeah.
well practiced.
And actually, I spoke to her this morning. She said she was feeling a bit wobbly and hadn't been to an AA meeting for a while. And she went to one at the weekend and felt much, much better afterwards.
I reckon you're the first person to ever voice a drinker having FOMO of someone sober. I've never
Yeah.
heard anyone say that way round.
And well, actually, this is an interesting story. I went to an AA meeting with her 25 years ago.
Yeah.
I've written about it in my book about that experience, and I sort of fobbed it off because it made me feel extremely defensive when I was sat in the audience. And the reason why is because I could resonate with everything everybody was saying.
Right.
And I was still in my big drinking phase. And I was like, it was almost like, don't slag off my mate.
Yes.
Yes, I was like, hey, don't tell me that drinking shit. This is what I do all the time. They were like, it was like saying your identity, what you like, is bad for you.
Yes.
And I was like, what are these people going on about? So I was just really pushing. I was like, oh, that was a load of shit, and it's just a load of Bible bashers in there, and was kind of really negative about it. But actually, looking back, the reason I was so defensive was because I was one of them.
Yeah. See, that is what I've always afraid people that still drink that listen to this podcast will feel.
Yeah.
I think almost none of my friends listen to the podcast, I think, because no one's ever written to me and said, oh, I like that bit on that episode. Maybe
Yeah.
they just think it's shit.
Yeah.
But I think that they are afraid of feeling like we are guilt-tripping them
Yes.
in this podcast. Going like,
Yeah.
drinkers are evil and you need to be
No.
sober, which is not the intention of the podcast.
No, of
the
course.
intention of the podcast is to like encourage you to rethink it and to share our experiences. But it's very easy to listen to something like this if you are
Yeah.
still drinking, or go to an AA meeting when you are still drinking and feel attacked.
Yes.
And feel like, oh, you're judging me and
Yeah.
you're telling me that I'm doing everything wrong and you guys are doing everything right.
Well, it's the FOMO thing again. You don't want people telling you what you enjoy is bad.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's as simple as that, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't want people telling me the one thing that I find joy in is not good for me. Oh, my bloody computer. It keeps binging. Sorry, everybody. I'm getting so many important emails through, aren't I, Hamish?
You porn, red tube.
Red tube? I don't even know. I don't want to know what that is.
It's another one.
Okay.
So let's flip it all on its head. So the listener, when they get FOMO, it won't be about missing out on drinking. It will be the understanding of what you're doing for yourself is the best possible choice. This cancels FOMO, and we all live happily ever after with Janet and Steve guiding us.
Oh, yes, Janet and Steve. I love Janet and Steve. So how do you get rid of this fear of missing out? Any idea, Hamish?
No.
No. Here's some tips, some top tits. We haven't done top titties
We haven't
for
done
a
top
while.
titties in a long
No,
time.
it's to bring back the top tits, I say. So these are some ways that you can not have fear of missing out, FOMO. Think about what would really happen on a night out.
Yes. Think beyond the first 15 minutes.
Yes.
Focus on how far you've come in your sobriety so far.
Think about, I've done drinking. It's time for something new.
Remember why you quit in the first place.
Look at the faces of your precious children.
No, that can go either way.
Yeah, true.
Depending on the day, children can be very alcohol-inducing.
Don't look at the faces of
No.
your precious children.
Look at the pretty faces of other people's children that look angelic whilst yours are ripping your house apart.
Your health, wealth, and relationships. Does booze really help?
Yeah, and as we said, look beyond the event.
What wealth? What
Yeah,
wealth am I looking at?
yeah. The pile of cash that we're sitting on now. The mountain of gold.
Think about the following morning. Always nice to tap into that hangover
When
again.
are you ever going to have FOMO for a hangover, honestly? Sitting, having a cup of tea and a steady heartbeat. Now, one thing that I noticed when I gave up drinking, I used to wake up, I would call it more coming to.
Okay.
So I'd sort of pass out after drinking and then my wake up would look like this.
Oh, yeah. One of
Yeah.
them.
So it wasn't like a drifting in and out of sleep, slowly waking up. It was a, I'm awake. What have I done? Who did I offend? Did I sleep with someone? Why is my knickers on backwards? Like all that sort of thing. And it would be my heart beating really, really fast. And it was like a horrible, horrible way to wake up. So that's what I'm having fear of missing out of. That's what it is. Fear of missing out on that.
Yeah.
It's crazy, isn't it? So waking up now with a steady heartbeat every morning is one of the most satisfying things. And I think about it most mornings, like sometimes, especially if you have a drinking dream. So you wake up in a drinking dream, it's like, oh God, what have I done? What have I done? And then you come to a bit more and you're like, oh no, that's a dream and everything's fine and I'm safe and I don't drink and it's okay.
I heard Matthew Walker, he's the sleep expert guy, talk about, because we talk a lot about, oh, well, I need to drink to fall asleep, or when I drink, I sleep well. He goes, when you drink, that is not sleep. Yeah. Alcohol is a sedative, so what you're doing, you've sedated yourself.
Yes.
So you don't sleep well, and
No.
you wake up like you did, like in a weird panic, just coming to, rather than drifting into consciousness that you should have.
That sleep thing is huge, isn't it, with drinking? I mean, we've done an episode on that. Go and listen to that, because if you're struggling with your sleep because of alcohol, once you take it out of the equation, things will change massively.
Another helpful thought to tap back into is remembering your first day, how proud you were, and all the work that you've achieved since then in staying sober.
Yep, so true.
It's not worth giving up.
It must, yeah, exactly. Imagine how disappointed you'd be if you quit now just because of a false fear, a fear of missing out on nothing.
Doing anything for FOMO is pretty shit, isn't it?
Yeah.
There are bigger reasons to do things than FOMO.
But I would say it's the biggest cause of relapse.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't
but
you?
It's fickle, you know, like it shouldn't be.
Because who's it for?
Yeah.
Who's the FOMO for? It's not for you. It's for other people. It's you pleasing other people.
Yeah.
So FOMO is a form of people pleasing, really.
It's an insecurity, isn't it?
It's an insecurity, exactly.
Remember how good sober feels, particularly those mornings.
Yep. Look in the mirror and tell yourself the sober you is enough. I know that's quite cheesy, but it does dispel all of the other feelings if you do that, because the sober you is enough. You don't have to go dancing to be a fun person. You can, play... Oh, here we go.
Play Scrabble.
Play Scrabble, Wordle, Boggle.
Yeah, stroke your
crosswords,
dog.
stroke the dog.
Yeah, rock and roll.
Rock and roll, baby.
Remember that just by being sober, you're already part of a crew. You're in our crew.
You're in our crew.
Sober crew. You're not missing out. You're just a rebel that has a tribe of other fierce warriors to back you up.
So true.
Do you ever look yourself in the mirror and go, I'm a sober warrior?
No.
Oh, okay, no, nor do I.
I'm a sober warrior. Most importantly, just know that you are enough without booze, and not going to a night out at Utopia nightclub with a bunch of mates won't kill you. It will actually just make you stronger in your sober life. So what we've discovered really, Hame, is that FOMO is actually just a false belief. What you think you're missing out on doesn't or never really existed. All us ex-boozers know our nights out went down the lav pretty quickly, along with Nan's old bottle of port. And that the night we fantasise about, looking glam and swanning around in a sequin dress, that's for me, Hamish.
No, me too.
Oh yeah, you like a sequin dress as well, don't you?
Yeah.
That doesn't ever happen. So, in very simple form, we have a fear of missing out of something that has never even been real.
Exactly. It's our silly little brains punishing us for boozing for such a long time that we associate with being the only way we can have fun. Therefore, if we're not doing it, we're missing out. It's really just a huge waste of time.
Yep, it sure is, Hamish. You're feeling sad about a future that hasn't happened. Yes, it does sound a bit confusing, like an episode of Doctor Who. But what we're saying is, don't waste time on FOMO. Live in the now and know that by being sober and staying sober, you're making the right choice for you and for your beautiful, perfect, imperfect body. Although yours looks a bit bumpy, Hamish. I imagine sleeping with you would be like sleeping with a bag of rocks.
Yeah, you'll have to ask Steve about that. He knows about my body like no one else.
Oh, yes, Steve. Yeah, he knows all your curves.
Yeah.
But also, I guess what is important to say at this stage of the episode is that we're talking about FOMO, so about you not going out when all your friends are going out. That's basically what FOMO is, right?
Yeah.
Which you might do in the early stages of your sobriety. Hopefully, you will get to the stage where you can go out every time your friends go out. You just can go out without drinking. So, that is effectively you conquering your sobriety to the point where you shouldn't experience FOMO at all. So you can go.
Yeah, you can go. And that does takes practice. We talked about it in many episodes before, like feel the awkward and do it anyway. That is what the whole podcast is based on, is learning to get over FOMO and go out when you want to and make your own choices and have boundaries and have self-respect to the point where you don't have to go and you can say no, and you don't have a fear of missing out because there's nothing to miss out on because you're feeling so good inside yourself already. Yeah. So
really, FOMO is probably something that you feel in the early stages of your sobriety.
I would say so.
More than later on.
Yeah. I mean, I still get it sometimes. Yeah. Occasionally, I might feel like everyone's been out on a massive night out. I miss that feeling, that early on feeling in the night, that excitement. I do feel like I miss out on that. But everything else in my sobriety is so good that it outweighs that feeling. Yeah. So it's just a moment, again, like the cravings. It's just a momentary, fleeting feeling of like, I remember that I used to do that and that was quite fun for the moment, but I know I can't do it.
Okay, a couple of quotes.
Go on then, you do the first one.
FOMO is the enemy of valuing your own time. That's Andrew Yang, the brother of Billy Ying. I don't know Andrew Yang or Billy Ying, but I like the joke.
Yeah, thank you. I made up the Billy Ying bit. I know the author Catherine Gray mentions JOMO in her book The Joy of Being Sober, so maybe try to replace the FOMO with JOMO, the joy of missing out. Remember what you're gaining from sobriety, all the good things, and don't worry about your old life and what you used to enjoy. Time for the new. Here is the definition of JOMO. You're going to love this, everybody. Okay. It made me feel relaxed, actually, even reading it for the first time. A feeling of contentment with one's own pursuits and activities, staying in and disconnecting as a form of self-care, without concern or worry over what others may be doing.
Okay.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Staying in is not missing out. Staying in is looking after yourself.
Yeah, self-care. Okay. So FOMO is almost putting the care somewhere else instead of bringing it home to who you are. It's lovely, isn't it?
That is nice. I've got an email I want to share with you.
Before we go, so you still got Janet's number?
I've got her OnlyFans.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I might organise a Zoom with them later.
So, I've got an email here from Charisse, who's got a little story for us.
Okay, great.
You can email us as well, vicandhamish@gmail.com.
No.
What is it? vicandhamish@soberawkward.com. So, Charisse has said, hi, I love your podcast. Thank you so much. Thought we'd enjoy this funny story from the eve of my first sober birthday, which was New Year's Eve. I got myself a fancy non-alcoholic champagne for my family's New Year's Eve party at my house. All the elders were here. I like that. The elders. Yeah. The elders were here. Aunts and uncles, mum and cousins, mostly over 70. My husband and I and our twins were asleep by 8. We had alcoholic champagne flowing too, and I was pouring drinks for everyone in prep to count down for midnight, and I mixed up all the glasses and took a sip of real champagne.
Oh, right.
I spat it out like a spit taken in a movie, and my husband and I could not stop laughing. That's how I rang in 1 year. That's a 60-minute boot camp workout, which is what I did on day 1. I was and am so proud of myself. My husband got me a nice necklace as a gift, and I expect jewellery gifts every year from now on.
Oh yeah, good on her.
Can't tell you how much your podcast means to me and others. Keep going. I'm so thankful. Charisse.
Yeah. A lot of people feel terrible when they do that accidental sip.
I've done it.
I've done it. Yeah. I didn't feel terrible. I just felt like, oh shit, that's a human mistake that everybody's probably going to make once in their sobriety. Don't worry about it. Just don't do it again. What are you doing now, Hamish?
Have I told you I'm sort of treating Liz? She got bitten by a spider, which is the most Australian... Everyone in England's like, you what? She got bitten by a spider. It's like,
so
other than getting bitten by...
So was it whitetail? Was it that one? It was.
Whitetail.
Okay, right.
It's the most Australian thing other than getting bitten by a crocodile or a shark.
Yeah.
But it looked initially like someone had stubbed a cigarette out on her leg.
Right.
It was that size, and now it's probably the size of like a 50p coin.
Oh
it's
my God.
Big. It is red. It is very infected. She's getting injections in her bum every day.
You're joking.
She's on meds. Yeah, it's pretty intense. She was bedbound for a week. Now she feels okay.
You didn't even tell me this when you arrived. This is big news.
I know.
Oh shit.
I say I'm treating her. She's a warrior. I can't do much. But
you're just putting cigarette butts out on her.
Yeah. Make her feel better. Make her feel pain somewhere else. So yeah, I'm trying to take care of her. But yeah, it's
poor
pretty
Liz.
Aussie thing that's going on in our lives at the moment.
I have seen actually someone have one of those whitetail bites before. It's pretty horrible. It gets infected and spreads, doesn't it?
I know.
Gosh,
she Googled it. First thing that comes up.
bad idea to Google
Woman gets leg amputated after bite.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Don't ever Google anything like that. I had a mate in Sydney who got bitten by a funnel web and they called the priest in to say goodbye to him and everything. Yeah, it's crazy here, everybody. Well, funnily enough...
Should have called the doctor. Why call the priest?
Yeah.
He died.
He died, yeah. No, he didn't. People always say to me, oh, yeah, but they don't really have very many great white sharks here, do they, in Australia? I'm like, no, they do, because my neighbour, Joe, who lives opposite, was the great white shark victim down in Byron Bay last year. Nearly had his arm bitten off.
He has one arm now, doesn't he?
No, he had it sewn back on. He's good. He's surfing again. Yeah, but I was watching the news and there was a picture of a guy in an ambulance. I was like, that's my fucking next door neighbour.
That is mad.
That's how close.
Yeah, I've got a friend of a friend who got bitten by a shark here as well.
Yeah, it does happen.
I feel like Aussies think that Brits are way too scared of sharks.
No.
And I think what it is, I do have a theory for this, is that they don't want Brits coming here.
Yes.
So they spread the rumour.
Yes.
There's sharks everywhere, you'll get bitten if you come here, so piss off back to Southend.
Yeah.
You know?
There are loads of sharks
there.
here. They're everywhere. Yeah. We try and avoid them. I don't go out of my depth here.
Do you not?
No.
No. I do, but I'm kind of brave like that.
How does it feel? Shit yourself?
Yeah.
Thought
You don't
so.
want to be anywhere near me when I take my wetsuit off, because some of it wafts around in there.
Oh, right. So you actually shit yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, how lovely. We'll end on that note.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening, I think. If you're questioning your relationship with booze, you're struggling to moderate, or your hangovers are causing anxiety, it might be time to reach out for some support.
Yeah, just talk to a mate about how you're feeling, contact a local doctor, find an AA or sobriety group. Vic's got one.
Yeah, just head to www.cuppa.community.
Remember, if you're questioning yourself, it might be time to seek support.
Even though this journey can be awkward, it is definitely worth it. And if you've enjoyed the Sober Awkward podcast, don't forget to review it, rate it, and share it with your mates.
Do they have to share it with their mates?
Yeah, of course they do. I'm not doing this for nothing, Hamish. Bloody hell.
How do they share it?
I don't know, just write it on the... Hey friends, it's Nikayla from the podcast Side Hustle Pro. I'm always looking for ways to entertain my kids without screens, and the Yoto Mini has been a total lifesaver. My kids started using it right away and haven't stopped since. Hours of stories, music, podcasts, and more at no screens or ads. Now through December 1st, Yoto is having its biggest sale of the year. Check out yotoplay.com.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. It's our Black Friday sale. Recharge this season with a bundle of cozy, soothing comfort. Now only $17.99 for our C2 mattress and base, plus free premium delivery. Prices higher in Alaska and Hawaii. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
Hey friends, it's Nikayla from the podcast Side Hustle Pro. I'm always looking for ways to entertain my kids without screens, and the Yoto Mini has been a total lifesaver. My kids started using it right away and haven't stopped since. Hours of stories, music, podcasts, and more at no screens or ads. Now through December 1st, Yoto is having its biggest sale of the year. Check out yotoplay.com. So, as you probably know, my comedy memoir, 1,000 Wasted Sundays, is officially out. All my magnificent fuck-uppery in one awkward hit. If you'd like to get your hands on a copy, it's now available from all good bookstores.
We always say all good bookstores, don't we?
Yeah.
Are there bad
No,
bookstores?
it's probably ones with moody sellers.
Oh yeah, really
Yeah.
depressed librarian folk.
Yes,
Okay,
yeah,
good.
yeah. So there are probably some, but we're only storing it in the good ones.
It's only made it into the goodies.
You can also get it from all good online retailers. The print version and ebook are out now, and the audiobook will be available in March.
I've been writing my memoir for 5 years. It will make you laugh, cry and cringe and hopefully inspire a few people to reconsider their relationship with booze. If you love the podcast, then I think you'll love the book, even if I do say so myself. Hamish has read it. What did you think?
I feel like I know a little bit too much about you now, to be honest, Vic. Look, I really loved it. It was hilarious and surprisingly moving, but I feel like I've seen you naked in a literary sense.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's worrying.
Yeah. From an emotional point of view, seriously, it wobbled my teeny weeny wooden heart, Vic.
Okay.
My teeny little wooden heart.
Well, his wooden heart is broken. Anyway, so if you do manage to get your filthy mitts on a copy, please do me a favour and head to goodreads.com and give me a review. Doing that will help me get it out there to those that need a bit of sober support. So there you have it. My story, unwanted warts and all. Come and get awkward with me.
Not to be too demanding or anything, but seriously, go and buy it now.
Go and buy it right now.
Yeah, don't just tell your friends, buy it, and then buy your friends one or two.
Yeah, don't give them a copy, buy it. Yeah.
And you know what? Don't be careful where you store it. If you lose it, you can always buy another 5.
Buy another one.
Yeah.